Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, all live on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. You look at Chicago. They're free-falling right now, piling up loss after loss. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, and they're in the middle of what could be the most demanding part of their schedule. This is the third game they'll play in 4 days. You've got some sore muscles, some tired legs when you hit a stretch like that.
The three for Doncic. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. You know, Greg, some guys are late bloomers, but DeRozan, he was just the opposite.
Yeah, reports are he had handles at age 3. First up came in the 6th grade. 5-star high school prospect, and in a strange way, he's still an underrated superstar.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%. And Smitty, we've seen Nikola Vucevic add a three-point shot to his arsenal.
This is a shot he didn't have early on in his career. But GA, as the game has continued to evolve, so has Vucevic. Recognizing bigs like him have to be able to stretch the floor.
How about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Here's Dallas. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
They are not short in confidence, but they can't get too carried away because it could cost them the game.
That one goes in.
And the all-around game of Doncic, not just a scorer, but a great dime dropper as well. Notices his open teammates quickly.
Now, here is Irving. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
When we talk about guards in the NBA, Kyrie is the best finisher in the paint.
Pass to Dosunmu. On its way from DeRozan for 2. And again, Chicago, no good.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Offensive rebound. And the shot goes down.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Looking to end the run. And Zach LaVine gets the 3. With just about a half season behind us, the rankings are clearer than ever, Greg. You feel confident starting to make some playoff predictions?
Oh, Kevin, it's way too early for that. Injuries, other roster shakeups. There's just still so much that could happen and totally reshape those rankings.
A shot by Williams, no good. Mavericks leading by 4. I'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jason Kidd.
Thanks, Kevin. Looking at these matchups, he thinks they can pound the ball inside with success. He wants them to get points in the paint early, force the defense to collapse, and then play inside out. We'll see if the opponent sticks to that game plan as well, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Pass to Vucevic. Outside DeRozan. Back to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Big time play by Vooch, rising up and hammering it down.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. The Mavericks leading. Hardaway for three. Drains the three-pointer. Hardaway's got 5.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. They have the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
I totally agree. They just can't be stopped. They're just firing on all cylinders.
Now Hardaway, after Zach LaVine missed from long range.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
McGee with the block.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
And so he hits the technical free throw. There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's McGee. Lays it up off the glass.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Outside, LaVine. Shoots from the corner. And it's Drummond with the jam.
What makes Drummond a great rebounder, not just the size and athleticism, it's his tremendous anticipation.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Mavericks ahead, up 11. And the second quarter will get underway. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. It's a Western Conference battle here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, as the Mavericks look to work the home court advantage. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. And this is a one-and-done trip for Dallas before going back to their Mavericks fans. They're free-falling right now, piling up loss after loss. We'll see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, and Kevin, things are starting to get a little bit out of control for them. This losing streak is starting to become an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if things don't change.
Now Green following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Powell, that's good. And of course, Clark, we got a few veteran-laden teams out there outperforming predictions, saying, don't put us out to pasture just yet.
And I love it, being kind of an old school guy myself. People obsessed with shiny new items forget how important experience is in winning games. I mean, look at the championship winners. Very few young teams are in that group. I imagine you could probably count them on one hand.
pass to Bullock. Now here's Doncic. And they double up Doncic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Irving. That one wide left.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
I think he's the most creative finisher in the league. Irving's so good at finding holes in the defense.
And you look at all the things Doncic can do. One in particular, he can control the pace of the game.
And, Greg, I love that about him. His size, his strength, his savvy, his skill set. You really can't speed him up at the offensive end. Everything he does is at his pace and his tempo. He methodically breaks you down. Rough patch here. 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Quick shot there, and it's off target.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And here's Doncic from the arc. Drills it from outside.
Offensively, there's nothing Doncic can't do. I mean, consistency with the three ball being one of the few things left that he has to refine.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Clark, don't you have to admire the way the Mavericks are always looking to compete?
Yeah, I like that, Kevin. It's a good point by you. It starts at the top of the organization. I mean, the team has really avoided any kind of lengthy rebuild. To their credit, they want to win, and this team is definitely capable of doing that.
Irving for 3. Another miss. His 6th of the night after 6 shot attempts.
The tough shots aren't going down for him right now, but neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
The quick crossover, what a move. Doncic has got 5 now.
Speedy drive by Doncic. That doesn't quite go together. He usually is going at his home pace, but he does take advantage of holes when he sees them.
The offensive rebound. The kick out to Irving. And another shot. There it is, his 3rd basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
You know, when Irving rises up to take these shots, so smooth in how he gets it done. He always seems to be in control.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
All free throws good from Doncic.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Good work there as it goes. 8 points for him.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And he hits it to tie the game up. Doncic has got a couple of threes now in the first for Dallas.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Oh. And the assist goes to Doncic. Howell's got his second bucket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Now an MVP caliber player, Doncic's drive is evident. I mean, he's somebody that wants to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And he's well on his way based on what he's done thus far. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Pass to Ntilikina. Back to Doncic. With 4 seconds on the clock. And the layup is up and in. Doncic has got 14 points.
Boy, once Doncic gets on the roll, there aren't many ways to slow him down. Huge night so far.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Mavericks. He got into double digits for the Mavericks. 16. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
To the middle. And Doncic throws it down.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message. And they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
Yep, that one goes.
You know, in this day and age, you expect most players to drive it or shoot the three. Luka utilizing the 15 to 20-foot range here. Good idea.
And Dallas again with the bucket.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
When you play with Luka now, Doncic, he's ready to find you if you're open, so you've got to be ready to receive.
Lets a floater go. Outside Irving. Second shot opportunity. And too long on the shot. Mavericks trailed by 4. Pass to Green. Doncic outside. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Powell with the screen. Here's Irving. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
And they double up Doncic. Pass to Ntilikina. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Dallas calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Mavericks trail by 4. Irving's shot is good. We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you played?
That's a great question. And I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
And here are the Mavericks now. And he makes good on the layup. Irving's got 6.
Outstanding body control there by Kyrie. I mean, he continues to score on tough defense, and it never fails to amaze me how he's able to do that so often.
It's good. 16 points for Kyrie Irving.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
From the arc, another miss by Irving.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Another miss by Irving. Mavericks trailed by 4. To the paint. Pass to Powell. Some nice passing here by Dallas. From outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Irving's got 7 points for the quarter.
Always great from deep. I don't think Irving has gotten enough credit for how lethal he is from behind the arc.
It's Powell on the wing. And he gets it back. Doncic fires from way outside. The shot missing. And the Mavericks going the other way now. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. On the wing, Green. And on the way from Irving for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Here's Doncic. Morris outside. Dallas again missing. Irving attacking. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got the lead up to 4 now for Dallas.
Slashing to the rim with so much precision and skill. Irving, nearly impossible to contain when he's... spots a lane and decides to drive.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks ahead, up by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Pass to Bullock. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And looking at Reggie Bullock, where he's had quite the ride as a pro.
Yeah, he certainly has, Greg. I mean, he's been a lot of places during his 8-year career, but the thing I like, no matter where he's been and what uniform he's worn, he knocks down shots and does exactly what's asked of him.
And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Beard, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch. David, thank you.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Doncic looking it over. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Boy, with the basketball IQ of a 15-year vet, Doncic makes plays that even veterans struggle with.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line. Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Here's Irving. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Irving's got 16.
Boy, I tell you what, he's one of the best scorers in the game, and I love how Irving continues to be in attack mode.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps the case simply that some kind of motivational speeches at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
McGee inside. Oh, he misses the dunk. Pass to Bullock. Back to Hardaway. Here's the 3. That one, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
No good on the 3.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Here's McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Back to Irving. The shot will not fall. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Hardy, no good. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role player.
Yeah, that's why this team is willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, and you can see them look a lot like the Harden-era Rockets.
Driving to the basket. Hardaway, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
On the wing, Hardaway. Here's Irving. Yep, it counts. Irving's got 18 points in the game.
Irving, excellent at converting with either hand. He's got a special talent for finishing in the lane.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, you have to love the impact that Tim Hardaway Jr. has had on the defensive end.
He's got a great wingspan to bother shooters and contain penetration. Always aware of where the ball is on the floor. You could call him an underrated defender.
During the summer of 2021, the Mavericks had some major changes. Longtime head coach Rick Carlisle left after 13 years in Dallas, and they also got a new GM.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. 4-point game. Bullock with the rebound.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lead.
Outside Hardaway. Stolen. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Doncic throws it down.
Nice work there from Doncic. Saw an opportunity to cash in and didn't let it go awry.
And here's Hardy. 5 points in the game. On the wing, Hardaway. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Doncic outside. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Mavericks lead by 2. And time to step aside. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The Mavericks trail it. To tie it up. And he drives in. And the Mavericks with possession here. To the inside. It's rebounded by Doncic. He nails it, and we're tied up. Doncic has got 20.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
No good from Irving.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pass to Ntilikina to take the lead. Here's Morris. Out to Doncic. From downtown. The shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
With the shot. No good off the front iron. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Driving inside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Boy, he's got outstanding balance. Kyrie Irving is so good at converting through contact. For a little guy, he's one of the best I've seen.
And you knew things were going south for Irving and the Nets when they couldn't agree on a contract. He was eventually traded and is a big talent boost to this team. And Kyrie still has all the talent in the world, even if it comes with some risk. And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
And that one off the back of the rim and in. And that's 20 points for Kyrie Irving.
You know, his job is really to carry the load offensively, and that's exactly what Irving is doing tonight.
And the Mavericks call time here. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. You know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
And on the way from Irving for three. Sinks the three-pointer. Irving's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Mavericks. Doncic with it. He's picked up by Irving. And it's Irving with the rebound.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender maybe next time.
And there it is for him. Irving's got 15 points in just the second half.
Yes, indeedy. Irving giving you much in the clutch.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Bertan. Up top, Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
Pass to Powell. In the corner, Irving with it. No good again that time. Dallas leading by 7. Powell with the screen. In the corner, Irving with it. Back to Doncic. For three. It's rebounded by Dallas. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Over in the corner, Green. No good from outside.
I'm shocked that he didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Doncic outside. On the wing, Doncic. Clock at 6. Drives to the hoop. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off. Comfortable in the clutch. That's who Kyrie Irving is, unfazed by the game's biggest moments.
From deep, it's rebounded by Doncic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Doncic driving in.